Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us on this Sunday afternoon, evening, wherever you are. I am Jay Dreams, and joining me for this cast is the lovely Quasars. Hello, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm getting over a cold, but other than that, I'm fine. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm sorry to hear about your cold, but as it is, we're looking to get into this pregame lobby between RDE and Atlas. Atlas, a newer team coming into this tournament, and RDE bringing in some new players for their lineup. So it's going to be an interesting match. What are you thinking so far? Just moving into this.
Um, I'm not really sure. I do feel like Atlas has had some strong plays in their previous games, and I feel the same for RDE. I think RDE has a little bit of an edge over Atlas though, just because they've been like participating in this league a little bit longer. But I feel like either way, it's going to be like a really good series that we're about to get into.
Yep, I definitely agree. And as we say that, we did just get into the pick band. The first band is actually going to go ahead and be picked. Graves going to be taken away from I Smell a Pig in that jungle. I feel like that's a
Yeah,
pretty good band.
Yeah, I do agree. I do like the Zaya band that just came through as well. I think that's very good pick for RDE there.
Yeah, I agree. And it's definitely a pick that bot lanes that have good synergy together is going to just run over teams with. So good to ban that if you're not comfortable. If you don't think you're comfortable. Tom Kent's going to be banned out, which is another good ban. Very good support. Super good at keeping an ADC alive throughout just about anything, really, with his eat. He also has a pretty good damage potential, so he can be played in other lanes, such as jungle and top. Not so much jungle, but it has happened. I have seen it.
Ooh, Warwick. I actually haven't seen too many Warwick bans this season. I do feel like his suppression is very strong, um, and it can be canceled with the right champions, but just unfortunate if like you're not prepared for that pick
Yeah,
and you don't have the champions to cancel his ulti.
for sure. Or he can kind of jump in from very far away if he has some movement speed on him. And the last man's going to be Akali away from KTA mid, followed right by a Caitlyn. So both teams kind of targeting that bot lane a little bit with two bans from RDE and one ban, if that is the Tom Kench support that it was the ban, on the side of Atlas. But that does leave Aatrox as a first pick, and he is picked up by Fuzzies. Yeah, Fuzzies. Oh, and there's my least favorite champion in the game, Kane.
We ended Jin. I love Jin's like mid to late damage output that he has. So I feel like he's a really strong AD carry because of his crit potential.
I agree. I like Jin a lot. I like playing with him, having the support role. He has a ton of damage with his fourth shot. You can really control the lane with him. But as it is, Olaf is going to get picked up to go against that Kane in the jungle. And I wonder what we're going to see next. I would imagine they're going to pick their ADC here, unless they're fine with it getting banned out in the next phase, or potentially picking away a support. But okay, we do see the Kai'Sa.
I do believe that Jin outranges the Kai'Sa, so I feel like unless she gets a gank, she's gonna have a really tough time engaging on that Jin and Zyra bot lane.
Oof, yeah, that's Zyra. That's not what you want to see. I hate that lane a lot.
Yeah, I agree. Her plants are annoying, and not only that, but if she lands I believe it's a root, then you're kind of screwed if the AD carry is prepared to do anything against that, or if their jungler or mid lane decided to come bot lane as well.
Right. Yeah, and as it is, we got two things that they can pinch on either side here. We have the top laner and the mid laner for RDE still open, and we have the support in mid laner on the side of Atlas, and we do get to see the Yasuo and Alistar bans coming in. So we're going to continue pinching that support pool. And we are throwing some more bans at KTA mid, it looks like here.
Yeah, no, I just realized that they picked Olaf. I feel like he has really good game potential early on just because of how speedy he is. Once he gets that ulti, and if he takes Predator as well. And we do see Orianna come in as the last ban. I think that's a very good ban against KTA in particular.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Orianna has been one of his staple champions. He does well in the mid lane with it time and time again, but he's going to go to Syndra. So he can still have some really good clutch stuns, and he can blow up somebody that tries to kill him.
Yeah, like I've seen Friction play Syndra a couple times. I don't believe I've actually like watched a game where KTA was on Syndra, but that stun can really help you out, like in really clutch situations. And I do like the Braum pick. Braum and Kaisa, I feel like they work really well together in the bot lane. And who doesn't like to see Daddy Braum come out every once in a while?
My favorite champion, probably my best champion, the Braum, gets picked up, works really well with Kaisa, works really well with just about everything. It's great support. The Zyra could punish Braum a little bit, depending on if Braum isn't good with his shield, but oh, we got the Zoe pick. Interesting. Haven't seen the Zoe played a lot after her nerfs, so we'll see if Chibi can get some good stuns, the Sleepy Trouble Bubbles, and get some burst damage. Otherwise, he's going to be in for a rough time. So we got the lineup here. We get the Kennen versus Aatrox. We get the Kayn versus Olaf. The Syndra versus Zoe. The Jhin versus Kaisa, and Braum with Zyra. And I say that, but the bot lane obviously is a 2v2, but so we'll just have to see how Kaisa can play. If they can play it safe, they don't get poked out too heavily, we might see Kaisa just hard farm that lane and work for the mid game.
Yeah, no, I do realize that RD doesn't really have a tank. Like Kayn gets tanky, but they don't have like a true like front line. And then Atlas, they have the Olaf and the Braum to help them out.
Right. And we'll get into these lane matchups, but right now we're going to take a short break and hear from our sponsors.
I'm Seth, and I own and operate GXPC in Decorah, Iowa. GXPC is a geek paradise. We carry everything from Pong and Atari all the way to Xbox One and PS4, and all the games that would go with those consoles as well. We also carry a ton of movies. We have handheld games. We have Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon. We have D&D and Pathfinder. We carry Warhammer 40K. We have a vintage Star Wars selection. This place is great. My wife and I have had 6 kids, and they are so much fun to work with here at the store. They run the store as much as I do.
And we now repair cell phones, game consoles, computers, and small electronics.
Our store is instant fun. Not only is there cool music and cool stuff to look at, but we have a game room that is so much fun. It's free to play, and you just plug in your game system and enjoy life. The GXPC motto is bringing joy to people's lives through our products, people, and a place to play. So you have got to come to Decorah, Iowa, and check out GXPC and experience this geek gaming paradise.
All right, folks, we are back into this game 1 versus RDE and Atlas. And this is going to be shaping up to be a good one here as the teams get onto the rifts. And the voting has already began. I believe we get to see 75% of you guys actually picking RDE to win this set. We'll see if that actually happens as we get some aggression this early game. We see Atlas 5-manning into this top lane.
No. Sorry. We usually see that 5-mans go in the bot lane, but I think Atlas is like, hey, let's try something different. Let's go top.
Yeah, and I don't see any pings from RDE saying they know about this, so this could be just some free damage if they run into Kennen here. I think they are. Kennen's going to run for his life. I think anything's going to come out of this. Not even a ward. Oh, they did get a Ghost Poro into that bush there, the Raptor bush.
Yeah, like they know that Kane typically starts Krugs, and or not, sorry, not Krugs, Raptors, and they went to go and stop him from doing those early on, but since he wasn't already there, I think they decided that they better not waste time and just go and get to their lanes.
Yeah, for sure there. So Kane's going to get to his normal start, but he will be seen. There's a good Ghost Pour that's put there. Probably knows that he was given some sneaky vision. You see Chippy get chunked out pretty hard by KTA there. Syndra doing some lane bully things as she's known to do a couple of times. Some quick trades going in the bot lane as Zyra is going to try to, gets a good root off on the Majestic Kiwi. He's going to take a lot of damage from the Jhin auto attack and is just going to pull back a little bit. Destiny going to try to give him some more health with those relic stacks. How do you think this bot lane is going to go? Do you think we're going to see RDE push in hard, or do you think they're going to try to get a good freeze off?
I feel like RDE is just going to like play a little bit aggressive just because they have the Zyra plans to help poke out Atlas's bot lane there. So it would be smart on them to play aggressively, but only if they can get that damage off.
Fair enough. We are seeing them hard push in, it looks like now. Chibi's going really low in this mid lane. Another Electrocute proc from KTA is going to put her on the back foot in this lane. So far, early game really going in the favor of RDE as you see I Smell a Pig looking for this Scuttle Crab in the bot lane. Olaf also going to do the same in the top. Stun does miss by KTA. He's going to get charmed up by the Sleepy Trouble Bubble. Auto attacks comes in. TB's going to barrier, get that passive bonus up. Does miss the Q. So there's not going to anything else that's going to come out of that one. Direct Akim is going to take us to the bot lane as we see just another quick trade. Stun does land onto Chibi, but he's not going to take any further damage. That's probably breathing a fresh air out of that one. Olaf is looking for a gank. He does look again. He's going to drop Cleanse immediately from KTA and a flash. They're both summoners down. It's going to be a good gank on the side of Olaf there in that mid lane, but it does look like Pig is going to be looking for another return gank. Maybe not. Maybe calling me a liar. He's going to get some vision down. Just waddle back out of that jungle.
Yeah, we do see like a lot of poking and trading going on in all of our lanes. But what I like to point out is in top lane, Kennen has a little bit of range over that Aatrox. So Aatrox is going to have a tough time farming against that Kennen.
Absolutely. It's not going to be fun at all. But hopefully that natural sustain is going to help him a little bit. Root doesn't miss down in that bot lane. Destiny going to block some good damage there. And not too bad of a CS lead so far from Kiwi. So hopefully this Kai'Sa will be able to just scale into this mid game, I say, as he takes a ton of damage from the Jhin Zyra combo. He does have his ward, or he does just use his health potion. So all he has is Doran's shield now to keep his health up. They're gonna
we do see, we do see Kane kind of hovering around the top lane. It looks like he might be trying to set up a gank for virtual trap up there, but it looks like his laner just went missing. So.
Yep, did go missing. Ping's coming down, like, where did he go? Where did he go? Got a stun landing onto Chibi, but honestly, it's just going to be a trade back and forth. Braum trying to get that 4th shot blocked up, and he does successfully stop that damage from going through. It looks like they're going to try to go aggressive here. Olaf coming down, pops the Predator. Predator's going down. Ignite onto Yaya. Yaya ignites Kiwi as well, but it might not be enough. The heal comes out, and that's going to be first blood for the Olaf. And great job by Olaf to get that damage down before he was dead, and we get to a directed kill into the mid lane as another quick trade from KTA and Chibi comes out. What a crazy first blood there. Looked like everybody was going really low. Well played by the bot lane of Atlas to make sure they didn't die as we get another fight going in over the Scuttle Crab. KTA is going to try and get a stun off, does miss. As Pig in... Ooh, KTA does get that level 6 proc and is going to just blow up the Olaf, and Destiny's in trouble now. Tries to run away, but doesn't have his shield for long enough. The Unbreakable not saving him. He's going to go down as well. Chibi's now in trouble. The snare's going to miss from Yeye. He does smite him, gets that passive off, but the root's going to come out from Cheesecake. Chibi's going to keep running for his life. Run, Chibi, run. Don't know if he's going to actually make it. No. Oh. Okay, Kane does pick him up in the end. Crazy amount of fighting going on early game here.
Yeah, we see a lot going on. But RDE has taken a lead by 2 kills, and they do have a slight goal advantage right now. So I don't think that Atlas should keep fighting those like little petty fights all up in the jungle, and even in their lanes. I think that they should just like calm down for a little bit. You know, I do understand that they did get caught out in the river, but no, they should just like try to get a little bit more map awareness and some vision down to prevent that from happening.
Yeah, and it was good that RDE looked for those fights right after the gank happened to try and lessen that blow of first blood. And they do successfully do that, so they are actually ahead in gold. And Jin is slightly ahead of Kaisa, not by much, not going to matter too much at the moment. I do want to point out that Kaisa is going for the AD build, not going for that Ginsu's first item that we do see sometimes. Looks like he is going to go into Storm Razor. Got some ward clearing duties going on by Olaf. Yaya is going to take control of this tri-bush in the bot lane, clear out a pink ward as well. And Cheesecake may be looking for a deep ward. Stun does land on Chibi, but nothing's going to come out of it. Just some poke. Snare does miss, but Braum lands his Q ability, Winter's Bite. Good block by Destiny there. Gonna stop any damage from coming out.
Yeah, and we do see that RDE has been, you know, getting some deep wards here and there. We did see that Olaf's blue buff was warded.
Predator directed popped. KTA may be in trouble in the mid lane, but directed camera doesn't want us to watch that, I guess. Teleport is going to be used by the Kennen. Kennen's going to go in, going to not pop his ultimate. Return teleport by the Aatrox is going to get canceled out. So going to be teleport advantage for Atlas in the long con of the game. Sleepy Trouble does land, but the Q is not going to connect, so no damage really going to be done to KTA. He's just going to pop him again. More trading in the bot lane. Destiny is going to block up some more damage with that Unbreakable. Going to clear a pink ward in this bot lane, but Pig is down here. He may be looking for some pressure. He's just going to return to the river. May try to get Chibi out of lane here. Going to show himself. Does pop the smite, but I don't think he's going to follow up anything else. She was going to get some cheeky damage, but he's going to be forced out of this lane, which is what Pig was trying to do, I believe, with that.
Yeah, I just noticed that Kane has the new skin. It looks really nice. 10 out of 10.
Very nice skin. Good job, Riot Art team.
Skins equal wins.
They do. Skins definitely equal wins, unless you ask Faker.
We do see that Kane's back top lane, maybe trying to get something going on up there again.
I think we're gonna see a relatively peaceful time as everybody's kind of just resetting after all of this fighting. But Aatrox is pushed out a little bit too far, so Kane may be looking for him to push into tower, but I don't think that Fuzzies is going to do that. Oh, Braum goes in with a nice W into an ultimate combo. Cheesecake's going to get stomped up. Majestic Kiwi's going to just free fire onto Yeye, and that's going to be another stun followed by a double kill. No, Olaf did actually take a kill from him as we get another fight in the mid lane. KTA takes Chibi very low, but nothing's going to come out of that as Chibi's going to just back and try to reset.
Yeah, that was a very good fight for Atlas. They're now caught up in kills, and they've also closed that slight little gold lead that RDE had on them as well.
Yeah, very good job by Destiny to start that fight off. Olaf popping that Predator right on time, and there's no wards really on the side of RDE. It's going to spell the end for their bot lane here, and it's going to get a lot of damage onto this bot lane tower, actually. We do see Syndra roaming down. The snare is going to miss from both Yeye and Cheesecake, but yeah, okay. So RDE is just going to call that quits. Save the tower. Worth for them. Kennen getting another deep ward, trying to keep that jungle lit up with red wards. Keep that Olaf tracked as best as possible. Nope, Aatrox is going to go a little aggressive onto Kennen, but may just be trading back and forth as it is a top lane fight. And while they're not tanks, really, it is going to be just a little bit of a poke fest right now.
And we do see that RDE is trying to get this early mountain trade.
Yeah, they are going to be spotted out, but I think it's a little bit too late as the smite does come in and Dragon is secured. So Earth Dragon to RDE, that's going to be nice for them. Transition into this mid-game. Or late laning phase, I guess you would actually call this. Bush control, very important in this match. That's why you see a lot of pink wards being used in these bushes. Yeye gonna take a lot of damage from just one Winter's Bite there. Braum showing that he is the master of the bot lane, in my unbiased opinion, of course. And they are looking to go aggressive again. Flash is going to miss, but he does get stunned up by... No, no stun. No stun, actually. I lied. Olaf was looking for another gank there, but luckily Yeye did have to flash. But that's 2 flashes blown on that bot lane, so they are very susceptible for something coming back towards them.
Yeah, Flash Braum ulti is something that's very spooky to even think about. So the way that Destiny has been engaging on both Yeye and Cheesecake is it's pretty terrifying. So I mean, I'd probably blow Flash as well if I saw a Braum ult and Flash just for me.
Yeah, very well played. But we see Braum is going to stand behind me into an ignite, but nothing's really going to come out of it, and they are going to make Kane come down here for some pressure. They're going to go onto Majestic Kiwi. Majestic Kiwi is going to E away. The ultimate comes out of Jhin, and Unbreakable is up, but it might be too little too late as Destiny does go down here. Chibi's in the bot lane now too. KTA is going to get chunked hard. Aatrox in the back line now. KTA is going to have to be forced to flash, but it doesn't matter. Aatrox is going to pick up that kill, even as Jhin is run down by the Kaisa. Aatrox is going to respawn. Chibi's still in the middle of this fight, and we do get Sleepy Trouble Bubble landing, but it doesn't matter as Kane is just going to run away right after that as no damage was quite there. But all in all, that was a really good fight on the side of Atlas.
A lot was blown for 1 for 2, so it's like we see that 4 flashes are down for RDE, and Ignite is down, and Smite is down.
We do coming out. Destiny is going to look for a stun or a Winter's Bite, but it does not land, so they're just going to retreat from this tower. Things seem to be slowing down a little bit now. First tower does go Atlas's way. Destiny maybe is trying to get this blast plant. So he is a little bit far into enemy lines. KTA trying to steal out this roof scuttler is going to be found out by Destiny.
Yeah, right now it's pretty peaceful. I would like to point out that Atlas has a lot of vision control around that dragon pit.
KTA chunking Chibi out as he looks for a quick trade. Showing the power of Syndra. Showing that he can be a very big lane bully as the fight for vision continues. Good paddle star on the side of Chibi. Gonna almost hit KTA there.
Yeah, I'd like to point out that there's 3 people in the mid lane, maybe 4 if Kane decides to go over there. And Kaisa has to make her way back down from bot lane.
He's going very aggressive onto that Kinnan there, getting a good route into a full combo. But he is going to get ganked by the Kane. The ultimate is going to be popped by the Kinnan, and this may spell the end of Fuzzy's ultimate is going to proc, so he is alive, but he's just going to die right after that. So good gank by the side of Pig, abusing that vision control.
And it looks like they might get the tower top lane as well. Meanwhile, they have 3 people bot lane, or sorry, mid lane.
Oh, very good ultimate by the Braum, and that's going to be KTA falling. It's going to mean Yeye falling, and this could be a mid tower as well. Not quite enough minions for that to happen, and Olaf is now maybe stuck. Oh, nope, Sleepy Trouble lands onto the Kane. Damage is going to be procced as the Paddle Star lands. Oh, Kaisa may be in trouble here. Kane's going to ult inside and does not pick up the kill. Braum is going to be in the middle of that with the Unbreakable. Does manage to stop all of that damage from going in. Chibi's going to get a good Paddle Star down and is going to force Cheesecake back to his tower. So a good pickup kill there.
Yeah, I think that last minute armor bonus to Kaisa there definitely saved her life. So good on Braum, 10 out of 10, best armor.
The best support in the game. So RDE, what do they need to do here? They're down 2k gold. They got a good trade in the top lane. They got a tower, but then they lost a lot of their members mid lane.
Honestly, I feel like it's going to be very, very hard for RDE to win this just because they don't have like a proper front line. And I feel like that's really going to hurt them as we get into like this mid and late game.
So you almost have to pray for a pick.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll see if they can do that. They do have tools to get that done, as you do get the Syndra, you do have the Zyra, you do have the Jhin. We'll see if they can do anything with that. Fuzzy's looking aggressive, not going to do anything though, as the Kane is going to go hard onto this group. He does have his Evolved Kane available. He's going to go pretty low in the back line. He is going to get an ult off onto the Aatrox. Aatrox is going to die in the back line there, as Kane dies as well. Majestic Kiwi gets a little bit too aggressive and dies as well, as now Kane is still wreaking havoc in that backline. Olaf is going to maybe finally clean him up, and actually, Pig is going to survive this. Wow.
Ooh.
What a fight. I smell a Pig doing so much work in that fight there.
Yeah, that's got to be a little bit tilting. You know, he had like no HP, like half of that fight, and they just couldn't finish him off.
Yeah, a little bit. One would argue a little bit of tunnel vision on getting that Kane, as the rest of the members of Atlas seem to be split in their focus. Maybe a little bit of a miscommunication. And that was just a crazy fight to cast. And I think that's exactly what RDE was looking to do here with their team comp, was build something that's just so chaotic, so many things happening at one time. It's hard to shot call that in the middle of a fight. You know, who do you go on? Who do you protect? You know, what do you do? So testing Atlas's shot calling for sure.
And I mean, the thing with RDE's team comp is, like, even though they don't have a tank, they have a lot of members that do a lot of damage. And so it's got to be hard for Atlas to, like, pick someone to focus on, because everybody's kind of putting out their own share of damage.
Yeah, Olaf is going to get caught out. He's going to have to pop the Ragnarok here, as Kane is going to continue his aggressiveness. Make sure that they know that this is no longer their jungle. Good paddle star. He's going to get rooted up, though, Chibi is, and going to take a little bit of return damage, but overall I think that was worth it in terms of chip damage. They are going to start this dragon up, RDE, but at the same time, Atlas looking for this mid tower, so maybe just giving up this win to take mid lane priority. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think that's a good trade? Do you think that's something that they should have fought over?
Well, I mean...
Oh, might not have time to talk about this as Paddlestar lands. She's going to go very low, and Kiwi's going to ult in and take that kill. KTA is now very low. He does cleanse, but he doesn't... It's going to be a little too late as he does go down from the Braum. Kennen now going to come in here with a full ult charge, going to clean up this fight. Going to go very low, but I think this is going to go... the side of RDE, as Kane is alive, and that's not who you want to stay alive in this fight.
Kane's definitely doing work this game. You know, like that was a very... I feel like it was a very messy team fight in general for both teams. You know, but like I think Kane's just gonna, like, pick up this tower and maybe reset with, like, that extra gold from that one team fight in his pocket.
Yeah, overall, that was a 4 for 5 on the side of RDE, and Kane, the lone survivor, going to take the mid lane tower. He's proving that he's very comfortable on this champion. He's now 2 levels ahead of his counterpart Olaf in the jungle.
Yeah,
So
I feel like I feel like the Kane's going to be, like, a priority pick for the next game for sure, or a ban, I mean.
Yeah, potentially here. Ooh. Wow, what a good damage from Paddlestar there, almost one-shotting Yeye. Braum is going to take a lot of damage as well. Oh! Kaisa picking up the snipe. KTA is going to go low. The Winter's Bite does land, and that's going to be a double kill for Kaisa there. Oh, Jin is going to pop his ultimate. Kane is in the middle of this fight. Destiny's going to go down to the Kane ultimate, but now he is left by himself. Sleepy Trouble Bubble is going to land. Good damage from the Paddlestar, but it's going to be a knockup from the Kane. Going to force the splash out of Chibi, and now Smell a Pig is going to be very low as Kaisa gets her ultimate back up and going to get a shutdown on the side of Kane there.
Yeah, I feel like that was better focus for Atlas there. I mean, they were able to finally pick up the Kane and not chase the enemies into their jungle. So I feel like that was a lot better played.
Yep, Kiwi getting some good snipes with that Void Seeker. Really showing that he knows this champion very well. And between the Kaisa and now the Zoe, getting to the point where she can just one-shot members on the side of RDE, it's going to be very, very difficult for them to find these fights anymore, over objectives even.
Yeah, I would like to point out that RDE has a lot of vision control. Like, that map is, like, lit for them. Like, they can see everywhere. Like, even into the enemy jungle a little bit. So, very good vision control. Kudos to RDE.
Good vision control coming out from RDE. And trying to make sure they don't get caught by this Zoe. And that's one thing you have to make sure you don't get get is the vision loss of control, and KTA is going to get knocked up by the Braum. Kiwi's going to go in off of that on the ultimate, and now rooted up is the Braum. He's going to survive, force the flash away. Sleepy Trouble Bubble is going to land on the Kane. He is fine and dandy. They may want more. Oh, good paddle star on the side of Chibi there.
Yeah, that was a really good pick for Atlas. Like, he just barely caught the Syndra out on the tail end of that.
Oh, Chibi may be in trouble. Is forced to use her flash there, or the flash she picked up, even. And Sieging gonna continue mid lane though. Kennen looking for a flank. This could be very explosive in the next couple of seconds, as Kennen is going to get spotted out. Kane's gonna be in the back line. Chibi's gonna go very low. It does get picked up by Cheesecake. Now it's gonna be full retreat mode on the side of Atlas, as Aatrox's passive is going to get procced. Kiwi is in the middle, is gonna get ulted by the Kane. And oh, run away. Nope, not too late. Pig is going to pick up that kill. Good snare by the Jhin is going to potentially help Virtual pick up this kill, but it's not going to be enough damage. Unbreakable from Braum is going to try to keep him alive. And just, oh, good knock up by Pig to stop that from happening, getting that knock away. And this could be Baron on the side of RDE, actually. I think this is 100% their Baron.
I do want to point out that Syndra ended up getting a Banshee's Veil for Chibi. So I feel like that's a really good item against Zoe in particular, just because it blocks that paddle star.
Yeah, for sure. And we're going to get a reset now. So RDE with the Baron going to start setting up their siege to get this Baron power play going. Olaf is going to try to push this top lane back, I would imagine. No, he's not. So maybe Aatrox is going to push this back instead. I want to try to get these lanes set up so the Baron creep doesn't start happening too early. RDE has their sights set on this Ocean Dragon now.
Yeah, I feel like it's been back and forth like this entire game. So I think with RDE picking up the Baron buff, it's definitely going to help them maybe get ahead. It just depends on how they decide to utilize that buff.
Yeah, Braum was looking for something on KTA, but not going to find anything. Dragon is going to go down, and the siege is going to look like it's going to start in the bot lane. Maybe you should run. Yeah, Cheesecake, you need to leave.
Okay.
And we are in. Gonna throw Pal Star over the wall. Sleepy Trouble is gonna sit there, and they are looking. And hello, people, I am here. Turret's gonna go down on the side of RDE, and we've got quite a game here. But we're looking for a little more. Pal Star trying to find someone here, but the Cinder Sun's gonna find through too. They're gonna try to get a little more. Kane knockout's gonna happen. Destiny ATL's gotta get out of there. You're gonna see a teleport come down. Virtual trap. Cinder's just gonna siege down this tower.
Yeah, for sure. Like the teleport does come in, so they're definitely wanting to get this tower. Definitely gonna want to try to take this, get this power play going, and to continue their gold lead. As it sits, like, oh, got a fight going on.
For a little more coming through, the Pal Star's gonna land. Looking for the Zyra ultimate. Here comes Virtual Trap on the side. Gonna get the huge explosion there. Finds one, finds two. Jhin ultimate coming in. Everyone's gonna go down here. Destiny's gotta find the Kane ultimate. They're coming through. 1, 2. Pig finds a kill. It's gonna be 3 kills for RDE. They're gonna get the tower and they're gonna keep going here.
Yeah, what a great flank on the side of Virtual Trap on that Kennen, coming in with Pig on the Kane, and that's just why it's so hard to defend that bottom lane tower, or even the top lane tower. Ooh, almost a stun.
Not quite finding it. Yeah, they're looking for a little more here. Definitely the siege coming through off that Baron buff for RD is really working wonders for them. Gives them a lot of opportunity with the Kennen and the Kane to really find just an easy avenue to engage a fight here.
Yep, and so the gold lead does balloon now. You now have a 6k gold lead on the side of RDE, and so Baron power play is successful. They get every single outer tower and they crack the base. So if you are on RDE's side here, you are looking pretty. On the side of Atlas, you're going to have to try to buckle down and get these picks off again, or wait for them to hard engage and then counter their engage with the Braum.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're really gonna have to. You gotta weather the storm here when it comes to the Zyra. I mean, you have a really long storm to weather here between the Kennen, Zyra, Syndra, but they have a lot of power right now sitting on the Majestic Kiwi, and they have the Aatrox, they have the Braum, they have Zoe kind of creating chaos here in the back line, and of course Olaf trying to do his best to beeline to probably the Syndra, but they have the tools. They have the tools, and they have the AD carry at a good point, where she's doing a significant amount of damage in this part of the game. And again, it's really just about, weathering that storm and getting through the Kennen, getting through the Zyra, getting through all of those, AoE R buttons to really survive through that fight. And it's looking like over the course of the game they've managed, but RD is slowly finding the cracks in Atlas's, armor to get through them.
Yeah, he took the words right out of my mouth, actually, with saying that they have the tools to win this game still. Despite the gold deficit now, despite having their base cracked, they still have the tools to win the game. And so it's going to come down to vision, and it's going to come down to how RDE plays around this next siege.
Yeah,
if I was RDE, I would actually be looking for this mid lane and put the Kennen onto the top lane to get that ready for the swap push.
Yeah, so they definitely want to split out here. They have more than enough advantage. Bearmouth's going to be worn out here, but it's going to take a lot to send somebody to deal with that Kennen there sitting on the Hourglass of the Void. He's really able to get through even the tanky people.
As it is, it looks like they're just going to 5-man siege this top lane. Try to let the... Ooh, good stun!
What are we looking for here? Not going to find it on my end. Ooh, finds the stun. Okay, apparently I'm behind the action, but I'm going to get in there real quick. I apologize, people. But we've got a fight coming through. Kennen's going to come through. We're going to find everything. More kills going to come in on the side. General's going to open up here. Going to find what he's looking for. Gets the shots to get people away as they find another tower. Find the inhib. Looking for more of the action, and that is a clean fight on the side of RD. They are going to pour in here.
Yeah, this may be the end of game 1 here.
And that being done, RD, smell a pig on this Kayn, an absolute monster, keeping 3 people away, keeping the Nexus open, and it looks like RD is in fact going to run away with that game 1.
GG, well played by RD. Great game by Pig on that Kayn, showing that he is very proficient with this champion, and I would imagine that's now going to be a point of contention in ban phase.
Yeah, definitely. RD has really, in a lot of games that they've seen a lot of success on, it's really been a lot on the, I don't want to say on the back of I Smell a Pig, but lots of early aggression from that jungler has been a very huge boon in RD's favor in several of their games. And I know I talk a lot about I Smell a Pig. He plays a lot of the Kayn, plays a lot of a couple other picks that are just, if he's not able to really get into those early aggressive, finding the ganks, finding the kills, and he's still able to get himself farmed up on these relevant champs. And, a Kayn, a Ross 3-man knockup will never go uncontested. That'll always be able to start a fight. And he always is able to find a way to make himself relevant throughout the game.
Yep, for sure. And we'll have to see when we get into the champ select for game 2. But as it is, I believe it is time for a short break.
And we are back with the Games XP Championship. We have got Atlas Esports versus Red Dusk Esports. Currently getting into Game 2. Game score is currently 1-0 for Red Dusk. We saw a beautiful performance off the back of I Smell a Pig and the top laner Virtual Trap. And looking to do a little bit more going into Game 2. Looking to maybe shuffle up that draft on the side of Atlas Esports, but we definitely saw signs of life. Definitely saw them just a Kiwi looking pretty good on that Kaisa until things got a little overwhelming for him. So what are we looking to see turned over to Game 2 draft?
I think you need to ban the Kane.
Yeah, that's probably a good start. I did not get to witness picks bans phase going into Game 1, but I definitely believe that is something we want to probably see go away for this draft.
And as it is, Zaya is going to be the first ban here. So taking that away, and probably taking the Rakan away as well, because you don't really want to pick it without the Zaya. You can. I have done it, but it's not as optimal.
Yeah, I mean, Rakan's not a bad champion by any means. Rakan definitely gets a lot of the jobs done that you want to see a support get done. Like he has several incredible engage tools, as well as the ability for himself to be slippery and not need to fully commit to, the start of a team fight and just explode in the middle of it, especially if you have the Aftershock of the Guardian, you kind of the tank of your build. But it's a lot easier to manage. But it looks like they're going to focus down the AD carry bans. They're going to double down on Majestic Kiwi's performance and try to lock out some of his options.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to hamper on this ADC quite a bit. And
there's the King, man.
Atlas is going to be picking on Pig. So both drafts really targeting one player on the opposite team. There's the Warwick ban.
Okay.
And that was a ban that they used in the first game as well. So apparently this Telemanus, I have not seen him before.
I feel like I've casted a game before because I remember he had kind of the cool Frenchy name, and I was like, Pa o Telemanu. And I feel like I've said that once before to be really obnoxious, so I know I've cast the game that he's been in before. But I don't remember how them as a Warwick. I don't remember if they played Warwick or if we got Warwick banned against him, but I definitely remember him being in a game before. But
right, so
we have the Akali ban coming down the side against KTA mid, who has performed very well in the Akali in past games that he's played, so that's definitely a good respect ban.
And Aatrox does get through, and just like in the first game, Aatrox is going to be the first pick. So very high pick rating on this Aatrox so far. Obviously a big point of contention between these teams, as he is high priority in both drafts so far.
Yeah, I would say you definitely see a lot. The way your composition wants to shift when you have the Aatrox, you have the threat of that Aatrox through the early mid game, to just the power that he brings on that, just those spikes in levels and skill rank ups really helps out a team and really looks like a composition you want to build. With Pig on some of these early pressure junglers and Virtual Trap on this Aatrox to just kind of shut down an enemy top lane. It really shows a lot. It shows a lot of the hand of what RD's comp wants to look like. But they're going to go with the Alistair Sejuani on the side of Atlas.
You sure we're not casting a White Lotus game?
Might be. I was going to say. You know what? You know why we're not? Because the Sejuani wasn't picked to the last second. It wasn't immediately locked in without a second thought. So no, this is not a White Lotus game.
True enough. And so we get the hover of the Kaisa. I like Kaisa with Tom. It works. But
I definitely like the Kaisa against Alistair. I don't know if they want the Jhin against Alistair, and especially because that's handing over the Kaisa.
Yeah, I definitely think Kaisa was a better pick there, but maybe Cheesecake just prefers to play the Jhin.
They might have a plan here. I was say, I'm not sure how I feel about Tom Kench into Sedge Alistair, because both of them have the ability to, engage on the whole of the team, while Tom Kench is really only able to save one person. And I feel like unless it's Alistair, really diving hard for the backline, that you could really draft a front line that can keep an Alistair away from your AD carry versus something like an assassin. So, because I feel like that's
becomes a mind game in a way.
Yeah.
Like, do you eat the ADC now or do you wait? Or
do you eat the ADC and then watch the Alistair knock up the rest of your team, or do you, let him do his thing? And
so we're gonna see a Lucian. Yeah, I was gonna say, what are your thoughts on the Lucian here?
I hate Lucian. If you want to know my actual thoughts, I hate Lucian. And seeing him on most teams, really, I feel like paints a target on the back of your team and says that we have, especially based around the rest of the draft. Like if we're gonna see, I see a lot of these, utility kind of mid laners get drafted along with the Lucian, and it puts a lot of pressure on the Lucian himself to really, carry through the game. And it's not something that I feel like most teams, when you have the Sejuani, you have the Alistar, you have all this AoE engage that's saying we want to, control the pace, control the enemy team with our crowd control, and give the AD carry, free reign to just attack over the course of a fight. Lucian is a very front-loaded AD carry. He spends a lot of his combo initially to get into a fight. He's got the dash double tap, Q double tap, W double tap, and then after that, you're kind of just, poking on the outskirts of a fight at not really high range, looking for just pickoffs. And I feel like that's not really the type of marksman you want to draft for compositions that are very heavy, that focus down on this, all this crowd control. And I feel like unless we're going to see, some really high DPS mage drafted for Chibuterisu, then it's not going to be a pick they're really, going to be looking for. But we did see Chibuterisu on the Zoe, that got banned off. So we're going to see him on a new mid laner this game. And you know what? Why did I even... there you go.
So as you were saying about utility mid laners picked with the Lucian, right?
Yeah, that... It's just an issue of damage, really. And I mean, there's still a top laner to be picked for the side of Atlas right here, but I will definitely say that if I don't know, it's better than it's better than the utility mid and utility support. At least having a tank engage support gives you the opportunity to, work and like pick off. So you basically are playing Lucian as an assassin at that point. You find the knockups, you find the prime targets, you find the Jhin or whatever knocked up, you slide in with the Lucian, take him out, and then all of a sudden the enemy team has much less force to fight with. Right. And I'm staring at this Vayne hover, and you know what? It's Yasuo now. And that's going to be mid. It's going to be KTA on Yasuo. Oh!
So, what?
Oh, wait a minute! That guy's a Riven player, isn't he? I remember we were seeing a lot of Riven bans against...
Is that a Yasuo jungle?
Wait a minute. Wait.
Is it an Aatrox jungle?
It's an Aatrox jungle.
Okay. I would have said
okay.
Yasuo can jungle.
I think Cheesecake and KT might want to switch.
Yeah.
I hope. I don't want to see him. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that makes much more sense. I don't know what I was thinking, honestly, with the Yasuo jungle. But, crazier things have happened, to be fair.
I would say, we've seen a couple weird things in this league, so I wasn't really ready to write it off. But on that note, I don't get to say this often, but I'm happy to see the Riven for Atlas, because I think that is a huge boost. Now they definitely have more front-loaded damage, and they definitely have a DPS champion now. Riven is really able to roll into a team fight after you've thrown that, you have the Zillion stun, the Alistar knockup, the Sejuani stun. So once you feel like you're done dealing with those threats, you now have a Riven barreling down onto your team. And it's definitely a potent threat for a team like this, especially now that they have the Vel'Koz Jhin. There's a lot of squishies, honestly, on the side of RDE. And if we see a lot of CC get barreled down from the Atlas side, then it's really going to be hard for RDE to fight on their back heel here.
Yeah, and like the first game, RDE doesn't really have a front line. You have Tom, Kench, and you kind of have Aatrox that's semi-tanky, I guess. But honestly, Tom Kench on the support role gets chunked very hard and very quickly. So you have the pseudo-tank in Aatrox with his ult, and that's really it.
Yeah, I was going to say. It's especially difficult, and Tom Kench gets a lot less tanky if he's hard CC'd. And, I mean, if you chain hard CC him long enough to where he can't even activate his gray health, the E active, then he actually dies very quickly.
Yeah, I expect to see a lot of Zillion bombs. Like, if you can get the proc on that second Zillion bomb into an Alistar knockup, or an Alistar knockup into a double Zillion bomb, and that's not even counting the Sej.
Right.
Yeah. And in terms of draft, I think I'm gonna have to hand it to Atlas here.
I'm gonna really have to give this one to Atlas. I think I don't know. I don't know what mid I would have liked to have seen KT on. I feel like I don't really like the Vel'Koz pick. I think Vel'Koz is just sort of I talk a lot about what some champions that just seem to do their own thing. Like I talk a lot about Kindred jungle, and I feel the same about Vel'Koz mid. Like I feel like he assists Siege comps very well, of course, because he's very hard. He's very difficult to get to when you've been given a front line. But I think by himself, the pick doesn't really facilitate, anything you want to do with him. He doesn't really help hard engage. You're just kind of layering on the laser on top of your engage. While you're sieging, he's just kind of making things more difficult. But with the rest of the comp they've drafted, I don't know what I would have liked to see. Maybe like a little
It's a little
Sandra or
weird.
something.
And you're almost giving Zillion a free lane. You're almost saying, hey, you're not going to really be able to hit me, and I'm not going to really be able to hit you.
Yeah.
So
That's really not pressuring the Zillion pick at all from Chibuterisu. He's really just going to be able to farm up and get his items to, give this Riven or the solution a second life in the middle of a fight, and it's just going to be really chaotic for RDE to deal with here.
Yeah, and you can't discount the damage of the bombs. Like, they get overpowered very quickly.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Especially if you're this team of RDE who isn't really going to... I mean, what do you invest in here? Do you invest in armor to deal with the Riven Lucian, or do you really pose the threat of the bomb to really build some matter resistance here?
Yeah, and
It's
how
gonna
are
be
you
tough.
engaging with between an Alistar and a Sedge? Like, I don't know. Those are thoughts that we're going to have to think about when the game starts really going into. But
And we'll be here for word from our sponsors.
My name is Tim Borseth, and I own and operate Games XP in Decorah, Iowa. Games XP is a geek paradise. We carry everything from Pong and Atari all the way to Xbox One and PS4, and all the games that would go with those consoles as well. We also carry a ton of movies. We have handheld games. We have Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon. We have D&D and Pathfinder. We carry Warhammer 40K. We have a vintage Star Wars selection. This place is great. My wife and I have had 6 kids, and they are so much fun to work with here at the store. They run the store as much as I do.
And we now repair cell phones, game consoles, computers, and small electronics.
Our store is instant fun. Not only is there cool music and cool stuff to look at, but we have a game room that is so much fun. It's free to play, and you just plug in your game system and enjoy life. The Game XP motto is bringing joy to people's lives through our products, people, and a place to play. So you have got to come to Decorah, Iowa, and check out Games XP and experience this geek gaming paradise.
And we are back with game 2 of Atlas Esports versus Red Dusk Esports. We've got 1-0 in favor of Red Dusk, looking to clinch out the match here. Atlas looking to stay alive, take a win.
And they definitely drafted a comp to perform that. With a ton of frontline and a ton of CC to try and get this Riven and this Lucian off to the races. We do see just a standard 5-point start coming out of Atlas, and then a weird sort of 3-point thing. I don't know, coming out of RDE. I I don't even know what to say about it. But so I wanted to point out something that's interesting. This Riven picked up the Summoner spell book.
Ooh.
So that's telling me that she's gonna either go hard aggressive in the lane, or if it's showing that nothing's going to come out of that aggressiveness, that she's being camped, or she's not able to get a kill on this Yasuo, she's just going to pick up that teleport. Or any other summoner that they really want. And
Yeah,
he's already taken poke.
It'll give her a little bit of ability to get back in the lane with that teleport, even if she, fights down with the ignite. Even if she finds a kill and then is able to not lose out on TP advantage if she backs early and just use it for her own method. But yeah, we're looking pretty early in this lane. Chubacheri's doing a good job of finding these lane bombs with KD mid, trying to stymie away that Vel'Koz goes. Vel'Koz gets very threatening when he gets his level 2 and just kind of is able to zone up to you. But Zillion, of course, able to outrange him for a while, not too worried about it.
Yeah, I can't see Zillion being too scared of this lane, but there's always something that could happen. Vel'Koz gets a cheeky, I'm sorry, what's that ability? Tectonic Disruption, I believe?
Yeah, Tectonic Disruption.
Yeah, if he gets a lucky one of those, it could be very, very, very bad on the side of Chibi Terrasu.
Yeah, looking for the level 2 here. Yeah, poking him away. Definitely looking for the level 2 rush here. One of these sides. Level 2 power spike on both Alistair and Lucian is very strong. Gonna go for the combo on the Yeye. Taps him up with the double tap, finds the Q, finds another double tap, but they gotta watch out on Destiny. Yeye going pretty low here. Does not have the Grey Health passive yet.
There's that classic level 2 power spike, and I feel like Destiny actually went in a little bit too... Ooh, hang on.
I really want to watch this top lane for a long time. It's not 2 tanks. You don't understand how exciting this is going to be to watch.
Yeah, this is the classic kind of outplay skill matchup champions here. You got the Yasuo and you got the Riven.
Yep. Oh, you're going to see another combo down on Jhin. He's going to get eaten by the Tom Kench, though, so he doesn't have to worry about it. We're seeing the stun come up. Virtual Trap trying to chase Fuzzy's down, getting a lot of damage on him early. Finds the 2 Qs. Might look for the last, not the last breath, the sweeping. No. I don't remember the name of his Q. Steel Tempest.
You're right. Well, yeah.
He's all looking for last breath of level 3. That'd be crazy. We're seeing the combo go from Alistair. The Ignite's gonna come down on Yeye. He can't eat himself. He gets knocked down. Flash double tap. And we're seeing the kill go to the Majestic Kiwi. Nice pickup of first blood.
Yeah, well done by Destiny there, actually getting that combo off correctly, and we got more fighting in the top lane.
Oh my
lord,
lord!
We're gonna get a lot.
I need to watch all of this. This is good. Good top lane action. Oh, looking for the combo. Finds the stun. Gets the 2. Fuzzy's trying to get whatever advantage he can on the HP bars here. Of course, you have to watch out for the flow meter on Yasuo to give him that free shield and that engage. So he's going to be looking for those engages when he has the access to the shield here. We're seeing Fuzzy's go in again. Finds him in the mini combo, but lands on him after he goes in for the sweeping blade. Fuzzy's coming out nice on these trades.
Yeah, very good job of making sure he's not trading when that Conqueror is available, and KTA's looking aggressive here in the mid lane.
TA looking for, finds the Tectonic, finds the W, doesn't quite find the W, actually gets knocked to the wrong side of it. He's got the mana for a Q! Flashes away, Chibi is gonna live here. I believe he had 2 stacks of the deconstruction on. He did. That would have easily killed him off of that.
And can he geometry enough?
Lordy, lordy. He's gonna go for the back there. He has the teleport available to the cleanse of KTA, so he has that advantage. Gonna pick up a Dark Seal and boots.
I hate Vel'Koz because it reminds me of Geometry class. I hate Geometry class, and he just reminds me of it every time. But yeah,
it's definitely not a fun time. It's definitely a very it puts you on edge very often in the mid lane because you constantly have to question your own positioning. While Vel'Koz is away from you and moving towards you, he's just sort of a constant threat because the damage coming off of the plasma fission, this Q, is very unignorable for a long time.
Yeah, for sure. And Sejuani actually gets a pretty good counter jungle there done, so good job by him noticing that he could get some jungle pressure.
Virtual Trap getting a lot of action. This top lane gets a nice combo down on Fuzzies. Has the advantage here. Going to dematerialize the minion real quick. That's actually going to be Riven dematerializing the minion there. Of course, you have that from the inspiration tree.
And reduced cooldowns as well from that, so when he does swap to that TP, we'll be on a
Ooh, CKT is going to land a Q, but here comes Pawatel Manu. Finds it. Looking for the stun. Finds the 4. Finds the lock over the stun. Going to cleanse down the stun. Very nice done by KTA. He's going to get out of that gank. Not having to burn his flash, so very nice. The much lower cooldown summoner spell cleanse.
Yeah, I was just about
Fuzzy's
to say.
level 6. Here comes Smell a Pig. Fuzzy's trying to get out of here. Pops the ultimate. Going to find everything. Virtual Trap's going to go for the knockup. Here comes. Finds the stun on a 2. Tries the flash. Virtual Trap's going to chase the Sweeping Blade. And Smell a Pig's going to find the flash Q for the kill. On to Fuzzy's. Pawatel Manu is back in the lane. KT is trying to find the combo return on Chibi who's out of mana. Can't get away from them. Finds the flash as he's stunned up. Going to find the auto attack. Another. The area comes through, and the W is going to find the kill of Pawatel Manu.
Wow, fighting everywhere, but really good job on the side of I Smell a Pig to get a good, get a good knock-up onto Fuzzies when he get that gank in there. And also a good job by KTA. He did go down, he did ended up dying, but very good quick happy feet on some of those dodges there to make sure that they put in a little bit more resources into him and buy a little bit more time.
Yeah, I would say it was definitely close. He was turning around the threat on Chibi who was out of mana near the very beginning of that gank, and it looks like KDA was trying to turn around to find a gank on, or to find the return kill on him, which would have been really nice in his pocket, but didn't end up getting it there.
Yep, all in all, very good job on all players, to be honest with you. Everybody performing very well.
True. It's definitely going to help out in the top lane, though, because we saw Virtual Trap, get a little bit of the Riven combos down on his side, but he's got himself a little bit of an advantage here. He's found the Berserker Greaves for a little bit of extra attack speed and mobility now.
And I'm a little surprised this gold lead, or I'm sorry, this CS lead on the bot lane isn't bigger.
I would say definitely Cheesecake doing a very nice job of controlling his waves, and Destiny to really playing the mind game here with Yaya. If they're not going to find the engage on the Jhin, and it's really going to get nullified here, and Yaya himself playing decently far back enough to not worry about. But I mean, you look at it and you see the threat that just the Alistar's presence is really giving, and it really is doing a surprise for the. You're starting to see the CS start to taper up, so they're just kind of letting it pour into tower and doing their job of not worrying too much.
Kiwi's gonna take a little bit of poke there. Does get tongued.
Pawatel Manu's there in the spot lane now. Is unnoticed. They shove it up.
And ult is available on that Sejuani.
Finds the flash knockup. The gank get eaten up by the Tom Kench immediately. That's Destiny's flash. But Sejuani's here. Destiny's going to go into the tower. The Sej ultimate's here, going to lock up Yeye. He's able to activate the Grey Health in time. He gets healed up. He's actually going to get away from this. Going to go down.
Yep, and tower went back onto the minion, so this may be Yeye getting away, and he does with the flash.
Darn. See a little
So,
more out of this.
Yeah, that was really good. I think they snipped out that gank as it was happening a little bit, and then obviously Destiny don't want to go in on that Jhin. If you're going to go for a flash play like that, you always want to go for the Tom Kench, because you can burn the Tom Kench in a CC chain. You're not going to be able to kill the Jhin.
Yeah, it was mostly unfortunate that Sejuani ultimate reached all the way to Yeye, because I feel like if he hadn't been stunned up by that, then they would have escaped it completely.
Yeah, I think I would agree with you there, but as it is, Dragon Control is going to be on the side of Atlas, and they may be looking for this first dragon.
We're going to see the Jhin kind of clean through there, but it's not really going to get much done except unleashing the Inferno a little bit. But
yeah. Good job to buy a little bit more time for Pig up in that top lane to take more of the jungle from Sejuani. Insert French name here.
Just call them Pax. Works.
Yeah, we'll just call them Pax.
Good old Pax.
Looks like we're going to look for a big gank in the mid lane here.
Ooh, we're looking to see. The Hex Flash comes from Destiny. Finds the combo on the Gates A, and he's going to go down to 2. Tries to get the W down and tell Manu to get him slowed down. Has the bomb. Is he actually going to escape this? The laser comes through. Smell a Pig is on the back. Finds the kill on the Pawatel Manu. Destiny might go down here next. Virtual Trap finds him with the Q.
Yeah,
Amazing turnaround from the side of RDE.
That was really well played on the side of KTA, getting that knock up onto Sejuani before she was able to ult, and then just killing her in that span of that time.
Found the cleanse too for the follow-up afterwards, but wow. KTA really showing he's come to play today.
Yeah, they're absorbing a lot of pressure in this mid lane now. So as things start slowing down a little bit, not too many fights going off.
Oh.
We do have that dragon. Oh, never mind.
Now things are really slowing down.
Yeah. So yeah, dragon control on the side of Atlas, whereas you have the kill lead and gold lead now on the side of RDE. You have the scaling, I feel, a little bit more with the... I don't even know if I can say that. It's good that RDE didn't get the Infernal. That's all I'm going to say.
Definitely.
But now we're going to have to see if RDE can continue to not give up objectives, because the Rift Herald is on the board now. And the pause is going to immediately now go back into the game. So it's gone, pause done. Destiny getting some wards into the river. More trades in the top lane.
Ooh, Virtual Trap's gonna go for the ultimate here on the Fuzzies. Fuzzy's gonna get the return stun. Finds the exhaust too to really cancel out the rest of that engage. But Yasuo ultimate is definitely a slightly shorter cooldown than Riven's, I believe. But he didn't even activate the ultimate there. I was completely wrong. But at the same time, we see the combo come through on a cheesecake. Tommy gonna get it stunned up. He has to let go. Oh, lets him out into the culling. And that's gonna be another pickup for Majestic Kiwi.
Yeah, good job by Destiny that time. They got enough burst damage on him to kill him right after the Tom Kench eat was out. I do think that had timed out, and it wasn't just him spitting him out, but maybe could have been positioned a little bit more out of the stun. KTA is now bottom, so nothing's going to happen for first tower.
Or this fight in the top lane. Oh, Smell Pig's up here looking for Fuzzies. They've got him surrounded. Gets the knockup. Doesn't have the ultimate. He's going to ignite Virtual Trap and force him away from that fight. At the same time, the Sejuani opens in to catch Palatine Manu. Doesn't even get time. They're going to find the kill on Tom Kench there. Riven's going to get the kill at the top lane on the Aatrox. KTA mid's got to walk away from Pa here. He's going to get slowed by the W. Mr. Kiwi looking for the tap. Single tap, second kill. Going to go through there. Looking for all these return kills. Destiny's going to go down. But that, at the end, is going to be a 3-for-1 in the side of Atlas.
Uh-oh, Virtual Trap. Fuzzies is going to just pop a mastery and emote as he misses the jump over the wall.
Best way to get out there.
But good job by Fuzzies. I want to highlight, he outplayed the gank there and actually turned it around, got a kill onto I Smell a Pig, stayed pretty healthy, and actually chased Virtual Trap away from the top lane. So well played by him, and well played on the bot lane there. Really good job of the engage on Destiny part. He's playing like a monster on this Alistar with no fear at all. And this is what we were worried about in Champ Select. You have this big front line on the side of Atlas, and you have all the CC, and you don't really have a front line at all on the side of RDE.
Yeah, I would say this is definitely just them trying to fight as long as they can, but you have so much to deal with here. This Alistar, Sejuani, and now there's such a potent threat on the side of Atlas. They have this, 5-0 Lucian. It's really able to run down anybody at this point.
Speaking of that 5-0 Lucian, he's now in the top lane, now joined by his support. Smell a Pig is up here. Maybe
Fuzzies at the same time is going to get the 2v1 in the bot lane.
Oh!
Ooh. They got to watch out for this.
That was a lot of damage.
I would say Riven, you can't really let a Riven walk up to you. That's going to be scary.
Especially in the long lane like that, but Chibi is going to get some pressure in the mid lane as well. But Zillion's going to do Zillion things and wave clear with the bottom.
Going around the map. Getting shown this, that, and this, but at the same time, we're seeing a small lead get pulled in the... Fuzzy's just trying to stop backs here, but people might be looking at him now. He's going to get out. Riven way too mobile of a champion.
A little cheeky, but... It does look like we're going to get the double swap, so the RD bot lane, going to top, and, well, I think it's a little bit too late here. They might get this tower pretty low. They're not going to take it, but they did get pretty good chip damage on it.
Yeah, that's definitely what they're looking for. Looking to just kind of pressure around the early. They have the, trying to choke out as much as they can with the power of that 5 Evolution to really get him before the point where he has to deal with a lot of counter engage from the side of RDE. while their team is definitely looking stronger right now.
Meanwhile, Chibiterasu is just farming up on the Zillion, not worried about too much right now. Almost got his Rod of Ages. KTA is coming up to this mid lane, so we may get an explosive fight
Ooh,
here.
see the Alistair is going to go in. Destiny's looking for it, finds the turnaround. GC is trying to get some auto attack damage. They might have better more than they can chew. Yaya is moving in, but the teleport comes in virtual trap, and they find the kill on the Lucian. That Lucian's going to go down. They're looking for the Alistair now. I think he's next to fall. He's going to knock away. He gets the Zillion ultimate. Destiny's still looking, finds the knock-up on 2. Chibiterasu is going to get caught by Small Pig on the side. Destiny goes down after the Zillion ultimate wears off. Chibiteriasu's got to get out of there.
Yeah, and just a little bit too aggressive on the side of Destiny. It was a good engage until you realize that Tom Kinch is a champion and is in this game.
Yeah.
Once again, not respecting that, and they might
Ooh,
continue
virtual
this
trap.
play.
The Q and the ultimate finds a Zillion getting through everyone. Fuzzy's is here, but I don't think he's going to last long enough. He goes down next. Palatele Manu has a lot to deal with here. Flashes away, going to get eaten up by the Tom Kench. And that is 5-on-1, and Pa is going to get munched up and beaten up. And that is KTA finding the kill there. And Red Dusk is coming out on top here.
Yeah, and Red Dusk has found something that works. You know, they can't stack CC if they just keep going in one at a time. And that's exactly what happened in that fight, as they just staggered their engages and nobody was at the same fight at the same time. And RDE is going to get 4 members down and is going to look for this Rift Herald. Actually, I think that was a delayed ace.
Oh, yeah, it absolutely was. We're going to see Virtual Trap get out of the flash there to escape that house to turn around, but they are going to take the Rift Herald here, and they're going to recall with it. Nice little reset on their side. A lot of money in their pockets.
Well played on the side of RDE, getting good fight, good engage, or good turnaround actually, good turnaround engage, but they may lose this bot lane, or this top lane tower, and they are pressured in the mid as well. We'll have to see what they do if they try to defend this, and it looks like they are, but they haven't bought, so this is a good time for...
Looking, finds the
Atlas to
knock-up
fight.
on the Lucian, gets the ultimate down. Cheesecake find the follow-up, finds the auto Q auto, doesn't take down the Lucian. Actually, he's going to live through that, but then we're going to see the Aatrox walk him over at the same time. Smell a Pig is on top of this Alistair, and now Chibiterasu is going to flash away from the double bomb. Looking for a little more headbutts back KTA. KTA is here with no mana. The Resurrect's going to go down to Alistair, but he's surrounded by the enemy team. Destiny's going to get the knock-up on 2. Don't know if he really has anywhere to go. Locked up in there. Smell Pig's going to find the kill into Destiny.
And
I just see how they come up with these kills.
yeah, they're fighting without the Riven, which is not what you want. Again, they really wanted this top lane tower, and once again, RD punished them for that. Very good job on the side of Virtual Trap to get in there with that Yasuo, getting some damage onto the Lucian there to get that kill. And then after that, it was just, again, kind of a funnel in, one by one by one. The Alistar goes down, even with the Zillion ultimate, and two more kills on the side of RDE.
Yeah, definitely, and they've shifted the gold back in their favor after the unfavorable pickup of objectives on the side of Atlas. They've both evened out the tower score back to 1. The Dragons taken over by the very powerful jungle Riven, but at the same time we're seeing Destiny find a little knock-up on KDA here. Telemanu's not quite there yet, gonna get slowed up by Yeye, but looking for a little more. But they have to watch out for this Vel'Koz. KTA has mana for this fight now.
Yeah, and it's going to be kind of hard to siege against this Vel'Koz now. He's pretty strong with 7 assists with his Luden's Echo.
Oh, another Servant fight. Oh, he's going to get away from it.
We do get the Rift Herald spawned in the spot lane, though. We're going to have to make sure that we see Atlas respond to this.
Tomlin is on the side. Tom Kench is going to come in here. Everyone's kind of pouring around it, but they still have Jhin in the top lane here.
Jhin split push, not something you hear every day, but...
Ooh, they're looking for it. They find the knock-up on the Sejuani. Trap's going to go in, but Virtual Trap's going to find the bad end of it. The laser's going to come through. That jungle clearing, not good. Smell a Pig is going to heal himself up. The Culling's going to come down, doesn't quite find a kill, but it gets Kiwi out of there.
That laser from KTA! Oh, Kiwi.
That was a whole lot of damage.
That's just geometry for you, and again, another fight, another pick. Sejuani going down this time.
Yeah, that was definitely
clear if you want.
That's definitely what what KTA and RDA as a whole are really looking for. They're looking for those sort of surprise fights in enclosed areas that they're really able to. If they're able to get it to the point where Talamanu can't really just slide in with the Sejuani and start a fight off an ultimate, and if things can get started on RD's terms, where they can get the catch off Aatrox fight jumping on somebody, Yasuo finding an ultimate, so that you have to. It's different from tanks. It's just sort of like upfront damage that you have to suddenly deal with because it's on top of your team, and at the same, not quite finding what he wanted there.
Destiny, I think he forgets that Tom Kench is a champion. As even if he had landed that, it wouldn't have done anything.
Yeah. Looking for a little more. They're gonna show up these waves.
Fuzzies is here looking for a flank. I think he's get spotted there by Pig. So this is going to be the first actual 5v5 fight I think we've had in this game, if something happens out of this.
This could happen.
Good poke on the side of KTA. It's Kiwi, so for a pretty good chunk actually. There's that Zillion cheating passive.
Ooh, Talamanu goes to the ultimate, immediately cleansed up by KTA. Gets eaten by Yeye. He is not worried about a bit of it. That is Sejuani ultimate down. That is a big tool. Ooh, but we see Destiny's gonna go in, locks up KDA. He's summoner spell as Yeye still had the Devour on cooldown. Smell of Pig's trying to get in the middle of the fight, but he's not able to live long enough. Fuzzy's gonna run down now. Finds Cheesecake, he's gonna win. That's a double kill coming in for Lucian. They're looking for more here. Riven's gonna find the kill. Yasuo finds the turnaround ultimate. Trap's trying to get in there, tries to find the flash Q on Kiwi, misses the Q, and that is gonna be the ace for the side of Atlas Esports.
And that's the problem with not drafting a frontline. Destiny was just happy to go back in as they were flashing masteries and to just ult under that tower, get a good knock-up on KTA, and everybody else funneled in, got the burst damage onto him, and then was able to turn around and deal with this Aatrox. Let that passive go through, and then you just turn into the Yasuo, and honestly, RDE just did the same thing that Atlas did, was funneling in one by one, and it was Kiwi was easily able to deal with those threats as they came in.
Yeah, that definitely displayed the power of the multiple routes of engage. They spent the Sejuani ultimate, which got done out by a simple cleanse from KTA, but the power of Atlas's draft, where they've set up themselves to have multiple threat engages. So once you've dealt with the Sejuani, it's like, okay, you got rid of that, but now we have the Alistair for you to deal with on top of it. It's so rough because that's what RDE's comp really set them up to do. They said, we're going to take that CC head on, and instead of just tanking it, we're going to try to get through it and just try to answer by throwing damage at you. And Virtual Trap was trying to do his best to get in there, but KDA disappeared right off the start of that fight. They had no backline damage. They didn't have the laser coming through to say why you're trying to deal with this Yasuo Aatrox. There's also a laser on your back, but it wasn't there, so it was just not enough damage coming out from the side of RDE for Kiwi and crew to really have to care about here.
I mean, now we're going to probably get a siege in this mid lane, and Dragon's coming up. This could be the third one for Atlas Esports here, if they continue their trend of keeping the neutral objectives down on lockdown. The only one that they've given up was that Rift Herald.
Woo! Majestic Kiwi! Whew. Got a little speed up there from the Zillion, and that absolutely put KDA to rest.
Yeah, a little bit underestimating, I think, the Lucian speed with the Zillion and the his natural agility with his relentless pursuit.
Yeah, that dash really. KDA was trying to find the combo on him, and once he dashed away from the tectonic disruption, I really think it was on him to get out of there. And Fuzzy's gonna try to get down, but we're gonna see the Yasuo ultimate on two, but the Zillion revive is gonna come through onto Destiny, and as he finds the ultimate, finds the lockup from the stun. Cullen's gonna try to come down. Fuzzies and Smell of Pig are trying to fight the swords in the bot lane. Gonna find the kill on the Smell of Pig, gets him away from there. But I think really all that did was distract Riven, because they're looking for more here. Jin ultimate's gonna come through. Destiny actually gonna kill Lucian there.
Wow.
And KD the laser's gonna come through on Chibi, but he's gonna speed himself up to get him out of there.
What a snipe on the side of Cheesecake there.
Nicely done.
That last what is that ability called? Curtain call. That last curtain call.
Yeah. Tom Kench. Finds the flash tongue, doesn't quite find what he's looking for.
Good try. I appreciate the effort, but Riven is here now.
Yeah, I was gonna say they might have to deal with Fuzzies here. He's sitting on Ignite Teleport on our summoner spells right now off the spellbook, so he's looking to teleport somewhere.
Yeah, but the damage is done. Atlas cracked the base of RDE here.
That's definitely what they were looking for here.
The only thing they get was a consolation prize of a ocean dragon. So not what you're looking for really, but you'll take what you can get.
Right.
As it is, I just think that Atlas is going to group up and do it again.
Yeah, I would say this puts RD in a really precarious spot. They don't really have the advantage now. Finding these fights.
Yeah, he spots somehow. That was a little risky.
We're KT on the side. We're going to see in the mid lane. He's going to go down. Kiwi's going to find another kill on the Vel'Koz off the back of an Alistair Sejuani. Ye's going to get the Grey Health, trying to get down away from this Riven. Riven's going to find the kill onto the Tom Kench here. Cheesecake's going to flash away from there. Trying to do what he can. This front line, Politel Manu's going to come up, going to lock up, spell a pig, but he is big on this Aatrox. Fuzz on the side is going to find the kill on Yasuo, though. Keeps going deep. Trying to find a little more smell pigs, trying to do what he can to get on top of this. Jupiter's is going to knock him away. Going to find himself on the revive, and that is going to be another ace for the side of Atlas Esports. Pouring in with their comp right now.
Fuzzy's just deleting Virtual Trap from the game, saying you don't get to do any damage. And I mean, I hate to say this because I don't like saying this about games, but I think this one was lost in Champions Light.
Yeah, this is definitely, I don't know, this was a draft that went very well in Alice's favor. It also did a nice job of keeping us, see, a laser's going to clean through the cow. Going to try to cleanse up the stun from Fuzzies, but I believe they have all they need. One shot, two shot, red shot, blue shot. KT does not quite go down, and that is the game for Atlas Esports.
GG Atlas Esports there, tying the series up and showing RDE that they're not going to go down without a fight. They may be a new team, but they have the synergy. They've played together before, and playing that comp, you can tell that they are here to play.
Yeah, that was a draft that went so well for Atlas and really kept us as casters, wondering from start to finish, because we saw the draft, you saw the tanks coming in for Sedge and Alistair, and then you saw the Zillion for the Lucian, and it really just posed the question, where is the damage going to be for this team? And of course, Lucian decided to answer, I am the damage, and very nice early breakout from Majestic Kiwi. As we saw from the Kaisa game in the first, he was really able to pull ahead even while they were behind, and now him ending this game out at 13-3-3. And if we look at the end game stats, we're going to see that Lucian put out 24,000 damage, with the next highest in the game being KT at 20,000. But the gap between those two and the next highest is 16k on the Riven. So Kiwi and Fuzzy is definitely doing a solid job of putting out the damage for their team there, and really clinch the win there for Atlas Esports.
Yep, good job by Atlas to play together there. And I believe we are going to get into the lobby for the next game, and maybe taking a break here. Not sure. Yeah, I do believe we are going to get into that break. So we will talk to you guys in just a moment.
And we are back. We are getting into game 3 of Alice Esports versus Red Dusk Esports. And we, of course, going into game 3, we're sitting at the 1-1 score line. We're off of the back of a very convincing RDE win off their draft. We saw a very nice draft from Alice Esports to clinch them that second game win.
Yep, good draft and good execution of the draft. Destiny showing he is not afraid to give the horns on his Alistar pick. So it makes a little bit of an interesting pick ban phase in this next one. We've seen the game pop off in the game 1. Now we've seen Alistar be a pretty big problem in the bot lane. Game 2, you know, as RDE, you have to kind of decide, like, do we continue focusing the support or do we focus as ADC like we've been doing? I really feel like they need to start focusing the support because I think Majestic Kiwi's shown that he can play just about whatever ADC you put him on.
Yeah, I was going to say, Kiwi is definitely performing on multiple champions here, and I think if you really, 3 bans really isn't enough to lock out enough of the viable AD carry pool, especially now I believe that Alice has first pick here. So it's really on RD's side to see if they want to swap up how this happened, because it's really been a lot on Destiny's side. A lot of those engages were found off of the back of the Alistar engages, and I really think if they want to shift their bans the right direction, they really want to look at least the Alistar ban, but they definitely don't want to leave too many of those playmaker supports open for their side.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I think we are waiting on one person on the side of Atlas, so until then we can just talk about a little bit of what's happened so far. So I gotta say that RDE has not looked like slouches when it comes to rotations, when it comes for these neutral objectives. So I think that if they get a better draft, if they get tools to succeed, no matter like what scenario happens, you know, whether top loses, mid loses, bot loses, they could at least stall off the game and then come back. But with the draft they had last game, they just weren't able to do that. If they got behind, which they did in that mid game, there's just no coming back from it. You didn't have a front line to stop, and they were just able to get rolled over.
Yeah, definitely what they're looking for, and we're looking to get here into picks bans very soon. We just had a slight little pause, but we'll be going through, and I definitely want to see. I don't know. I want to see a different draft from RD, and I definitely want to see Smellapig on. I don't know. Smellapig didn't look too bad on the Aatrox, honestly.
No, he did not. It's just he just didn't have enough front line to make sure it succeeded.
Yeah, so we're gonna see the Cane Man come through again. Smellapig gonna get that taken away from him. And if we want to see a good draft here, I definitely want to see the Alistar taken away. You can't let them have that for a first pick. I definitely don't think that trying to pinch this AD carry pool is really going to do them any favors here. Because an AD carry, and I talk about this a lot, and I'm with the right person to talk about this, but an AD carry is only as great as the team facilitates him to be, really.
Yep, that's true. There has been, you know, ADCs can't outplay each other. They have pretty high mechanics, but like normally, you know, support kind of handles the lane, and then after that, you got your front line to kind of help protect you as long as you're communicating with them, which you're.
Right. Ironically, I feel like if you're gonna ban out AD carries, I feel like the ones you want to ban out are the ones you're more worried about, you know, solo playmaking, which ironically I believe is more like Lucian. Yeah, I believe if you're looking to ban out AD carries, I think that Lucian is probably the one you want to take out to prevent Kiwi from, you know, having a breakout performance of his own. Because a couple of the kills in lane really didn't even need to see the Alistar engage off of. You just saw the slide in from Kiwi doing enough damage off, you know, the dash double tap, Q double tap, and then more attacks of that. Really, he did enough damage on his own to not really have to, you know, work off the back of a carry. But they're going to take away the Alistar, and they're going to run away with the Xayah again.
And they do continue targeting Pig. That is the Graves now banned.
Yes, I think that keeping, you know, Pig on lockdown here is definitely going to be the good move that they're looking for. Because Pig is still definitely looking to move around the map and find a lot of good plays there, but they're going to go for the Caitlyn anyway. I don't know. Caitlyn is definitely a good self-sufficient AD carry as well, but they are going to immediately lock in the Riven again for Fuzzies.
Yep, and so Fuzzy's saying
the challenge to Virtual Trap.
Aatrox again. So obviously this is a flex pick. And so this is something RD likes to do, is to first pick that Aatrox, especially now with his buffs. So instead of first picking it, they are going to pick it up in the second round. Atlas saying that we would rather have the Riven.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that having access to it, the Riven, say, ooh, but we are gonna see the Kennen come through. So he's gonna try to take on the Riven with Kennen now. That's a hot take, I will say. So we're gonna probably see the Aatrox jungle again, because I don't believe that's sitting in KTA's. Well, we have seen a little bit of Aatrox mid in recent, but I don't think that's gonna come through here.
I stopped trying to pick what a KTA will pick, because
Right.
he just picks whatever.
Ooh.
Ooh, oh,
Oh.
that's been banned every game, but nope. Gonna be this one.
Oh well. See, sometimes when you pick Sedge, you just can't get away from it. But we are going to see the Sedge, so we're just going to see a lot of the same type of comp get pulled in here for now. I would say they are going to go with the Lucian here. I was going to say the Braum is available, this is, sort of the backup Alistair for that beefy engager support, but they are going to go with the Lucian here and leave it over to the side of RD with what they want to go with.
Yeah, they need to either pick a support or...
Huh?
Never mind. They're going to pick Cassiopeia. Maybe. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh,
no!
no! Okay.
We were trolled. I was trolled.
That's meme. A little bit of meme. We'll take it, though. We'll take the Misfortune. I like Misfortune Kennen. I mean, it's just your... Misfortune's always put in your standard Season 2, Season 3, press R them to death comps. If I wouldn't be surprised if we saw an Amumu all of a sudden, and it was just Kennen mid, and it was just, press R on them until they die. A la...
The old Curse of the Sad Bullet Time comp.
Yes.
Remember the days.
I never forget it, honestly.
So as it is, I almost want to say they should ban the Vel'Koz here.
Yeah, that would be a pretty good boon for them to get rid of the Vel'Koz here, actually. Because I talked a lot in the last game about comps you don't want to see. Oh, I feel like that Cassiopeia was a bait pick.
I do too. I think that was a big ban.
Yes, they aren't gonna pick Cassiopeia in that comp. I feel like that KTA definitely did his job there.
Hard trolled him there.
They would do well to get rid of the Vel'Koz here for this, but they are gonna take away the Braum and the Pike, so 2 playmaking support's gonna get taken away from Destiny here.
So all 5 bans targeted at that bot lane of Atlas. So it's going to mean that Fuzzies needs to pick up his play on this Riven and be a really big thorn in the side of RDE here if they're going to put all this pressure on this bot lane.
Sorry, Ben's going to come out for Yeye. I feel like Yeye... So we have both support picks available here, and I'm interested to see what we have left on the table now that Braum, Alistair, Pike, all gone is sort of the typical, frontline beefy playmaking sports.
Super crazy and go Misfortune support. Nope, not gonna happen.
Apparently not. We are gonna go with the Karma support.
I just wanted to call it in case they did do it. So I'd
That's
be like,
so what do we have if you're Destiny here looking for supports?
You can go Thresh here.
Yeah, I'd say there's man.
You could even go Tom Kinch here.
You can go Blitz if you're really crazy.
Yeah, you could.
I don't think they're too worried about people coming to them though, because they have the Kennen.
Are they just gonna run the same?
Is that gonna be?
I
always say they can run the same comp, but Alistair was pretty important last game. So what are they gonna turn the Alistair into?
I mean, the only other one that I think could work is Thresh if you're looking for that engage support, but it's
Oh, Shen. I feel like Shen is the pick they want here, actually. They really don't want Bard. I don't want to see that's not Shen. But you know what? That's fine. It's Bard. So it's Bard.
I would have rather Shen. I would have rather seen Shen there as well, but we'll still be alright. And I don't like Bard, but Bard is Bard.
Bard's interesting. I would say we're 2 supports here staring at Bard. I feel like you either have to love Bard and be like about the Bard life, or you look at him and you think, what are you? Yeah, and I'm on the what are you side of the fence.
I'm if he's good at Bard, this is gonna be good. But this is a champion you need practice on. It's not something you can just pull out audio
Right.
repertoire and say, hey, okay, let's play this.
No one is just like no one is a casual bard player. I will say
Right.
that.
You have to embrace the life, live the bard life, and be a bard troll. If
It's
you're not a bard troll, it's just not as optimal of a pick. But we'll see if Destiny can make this work, because honestly, the tools are here for a really good team fight and
Yeah,
engage
say,
on the
I
side
really-
of Atlas.
The laning here is also very good for them. Bard has a very strong presence in lane. Off the
the
damage off.
burst damage is insanity.
Yeah, the level 1 off of Bard is just insane, honestly. Just you're looking for that, and then if they rush level 2, you see the Bard stun and the Lucian combo, you could just see people die. You could see this version die almost immediately. But it goes with notice that right after that, the last lock in here for KTA is going to be the Syndra.
Yeah, he played it in the game 1, and he did fine with it, but this does pressure the Zillion more. This
Yes.
does force the Zillion to be a little bit more respectful in the laning phase, and Syndra can find more of these engages and these bullying tactics that Syndra is known for. So hopefully we can see a little bit more of an exciting mid lane, because last game it was just kind of a farm fest. But I gotta ask you, where do you think this main fighting is gonna happen? Because personally, I think it's gonna be bot lane and top lane.
I would say the fight could happen anywhere other than mid lane, where Chipotere is really going to try to keep the Syndra away. But I mean, Fuzzy has definitely showed as early as I believe level 3 that he was willing to get into fights with that Yasuo. And now Kennen, who's really going to try to pressure down with auto attacks, and at a moment's notice, Riven can jump on top of Kennen and really try to get something started. So we're going to see action in this top lane. We're going to see action in this bot lane. It's really going to be, I think, an explosive early game.
Yeah, and I think both of these comps are going to come down to execution from the junglers and the supports. I think that the early game is going to be very, very important for both teams. And if I Smell a Pig or Pax can get pressure to these lanes and allow either Riven or Kennen to flourish into a lane, that's going to open up the mid game for them. And on the flip side, you have the Bard, which is going to be an integral part of the engage for Atlas, and Karma, which is going to be an integral part of the disengage for RDE. So it's going to be a little bit of a back and forth kind of thing, where Karma is going to need to be on point with those AoE shields and speed buffs, and also for the Bard to be ready for those and to kind of mind game with the ult.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how I want to see how these team fights are going to go, but I really feel like a lot of the team fights are going to sway in the favor of who picks up this early game advantage, because you have so many tools. You have Talamanu and Smell a Pig, who have been very proactive junglers, looking for the ganks in these lanes. You have a lot of tools, and I mean, you talk a lot about these early junglers, and on top of having their own CC, all of these lanes are very easy to facilitate a gank for. You have the Zillion stun, Zillion slow, the Bard stun, the Karma, snare tether, the Misfortune E, like Riven engage. There's just, you can gank for any of these lanes, and it'll work out for you. So a lot of jungle movements, a lot of early skirmishes. I am looking to see a very explosive, start to this game, and I want to see how it goes down. And I believe this is the game 3 draft that I was looking for, and I am happy with both of these drafts.
Yeah, I definitely think neither team has an edge, and I definitely don't think any team is going to just 100% snowball a game off of the champions.
And now a word from our sponsor.
My name is Seth, and I own and operate Games XP in Decorah, Iowa. Games XP is a geek paradise. We carry everything from Pong and Atari all the way to Xbox One and PS4, and all the games that would go with those consoles as well. We also carry a ton of movies. We have handheld games. We have Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon. We have D&D and Pathfinder. We carry Warhammer 40K. We have a vintage Star Wars selection. This place is great. My wife and I have had 6 kids, and they are so much fun to work with here at the store. They run the store as much as I do.
And we now repair cell phones, game consoles, computers, and small electronics.
Our store is instant fun. Not only is there cool music and cool stuff to look at, but we have a game room that is so much fun. It's free to play, and you just plug in your game system and enjoy life. The Game XP motto is bringing joy to people's lives through our products, people, and a place to play. So you have got to come to Decorah, Iowa and check out Games XP and experience this geek gaming paradise.
And we are back. We are here at Game 3 of Atlas Esports, Red Dusk Esports, clinching it down to match point. Looking to get in here. We have got no real action in the jungle. You know, ooh, a nice little orb coming in from KTA mid. Puts the damage down on Chibi, tells him this is how the lane's going to go.
Yeah, and kind of the opposite of what happened in Game 2, where Chibi was the one getting a lot of pressure early. Oof. Yeah, so KTA playing much more aggressive in this lane already.
Yeah, it's definitely what you want to look for on Cinder. You have the mobility of the free cast orbs. You're not locked down. It's a little different from Vel'Koz, where you still have to be in place while you're using your skills. People discredit or don't really think about that a lot in Cinder. You have the ability while you're using skills to freely move around, so you can easily bob and weave while you're casting spells and putting your damage out. And both sides of RD finding a nice little bit of early damage. Those double ups hitting Majestic Kiwi, putting him down to a little bit under half health.
Yeah, and RDE's just gonna play this poke game of, well, if we can't just engage on you. And,
Almost finding another double up there.
just so much poke damage, and this is a lane I hate playing against. Let me just tell you.
This is not playing against MF is really rough. You talk a lot about Lucian being, the premier, harass AD carry, but MF puts a lot of damage out.
Yeah, for sure. And it looks like Smell a Pig is gonna look for a gank.
Here. Doesn't quite find the first hop, finds the second hop though. GPJ is gonna get knocked up, goes over the wall. The Flash is gonna come and Smell a Pig, finds the first blood, has nowhere to go. And it's gonna go right into Smell a Pig's pocket.
Yeah, I feel like Chibi Terasu kind of held that flash a little bit too long.
Yeah. Don't know that he found where he wanted to go. Kiwi's going really low here in this fight. Cheesecake, they're both going to burn the Ignite. They're both going to get flashed away. But Majestic Kiwi flashes just a little too late, and Yeye finds the kill off of an auto attack. Things are going nicely in RD's favor. Oh, Destiny's going to go for the flash Q, misses the Q! Oh, Cheesecake finds the kill there. That is not what Destiny wanted.
You hate to see that.
I think he expected Cheesecake to move backwards there, but he moved up and dodged out the Q.
Man, okay, so early pressure from all lanes, really, on the side of RDE, and it's going to turn into already a pretty hefty gold lead. I mean, it's hefty in terms of early game, but if they can snowball this, and that's what you're going to have to be looking for, is for Pig to start snowballing this without having summoners on the bot lane. Hopefully that was communicated.
Yeah, that was a huge step back for the side of Atlas Esports, and they're especially on that Lucian Bard. You're really looking to, establish early game dominance, and against a pick like Misfortune, who's looking to build into that lethality, and Karma having that pretty oppressive damage coming out of her Mantra Q, it's going to be rough for them to recover from something like that off of something that isn't, a Telemanu looking for a gank.
Yeah, and just more trading going on, but so if Atlas can stem this bleeding, if they cannot give anything else and not die again, it'll be fine. But if
it's looking hard.
Yeah, and even in the mid lane, Chibi Terasu is getting chunked again, and a lot of kill pressure on the Syndra once they hit 6.
Yeah, so Chibi Terasu definitely looking in the back here, and we're seeing Virtual Trap moving towards Telemanu. Goes for the flash, goes for the Q, and getting it flashed out by Telemanu, not going to find the stun there.
Just a trade of summoner spells, but I gotta say it's a little bit better for the side of Atlas because a top laner not having a flash is
that's definitely been a huge win for Fuzzies, who has that threat of that Ignite.
Yeah, for sure. And we're seeing I Smell the Pig continue this map control, try to keeping the Sejuani tracked a little bit, trying to stop him from getting
Smell the Pig's back. Chivitare's gonna spin him, get him out of there. KT doesn't have the mana for a combo here. Yeye is finding a lot of damage off these Karma Mantra Qs. They're gonna get the heal up from the Bard here. Karma narrowly not finding the Bard stun there. Unfortunate.
That was a little bit too close for comfort if I was RDE. Yeye with that Frostfang already. Actually pretty tanky.
Ooh, Chiviterasu. Gonna dodge out the Aatrox cage. Very nice done. That would might have spelled the end of him there.
Yeah, and this action in this bot lane, I think we're gonna get something explosive going on soon. I feel. No flashes. No. Well, I think that Karma does have flash.
Yeah, with the threat of Cheesecake and Yeye, very easily you're going to hit level 6. Oh, that double up damage. Good lord.
I'm getting PTSD just watching.
I can't. I Misfortune's my main AD carry, and I watch this and it gives me shivers. Just ugh.
I think that double up would have killed Kiwi if it had landed. Not that one, but the one right before that.
Regardless,
that's the danger of playing a smaller range.
Ooh, we're seeing Destiny. Gonna bring Telemanu here. Gonna go for the Mantra Shield. Cheesecake trying to turn around, but turns it around. Finds the kill on the Kiwi. And Yeye is looking at Destiny here. Destiny's low. They missed the Q, but I don't think Destiny really has anywhere to go. Gonna hand the kill over to Aatrox. And there was a teleport that came in from, I believe... I saw a teleport come in.
Trap. It was virtual trap, and I think it got canceled. Or he
Yeah.
I wasn't
Mostly
actually
got canceled
able
by
to see that.
Fuzzies, who was still up there.
But good guy support Yeye, handing that kill over to the jungler since the ADC was dead. But so that's just a little bit more of that oh, gotta engage on the
Fuzzies
top
looking
lane.
to trap it up. You go and get stunned by the cannon. It's rough for Riven to, you know, find an instant engage on Kennen, because if you're moving towards the Kennen, then he can respond with the E at least to put a stack of that Mark of the Storm on you, and if he can quickly respond with a QW, then that'll stun you up around the same time that you're getting stunned. So we're going to see Virtual Trap get exhausted here. Tell him that he doesn't have the ultimate. Fuzzy's going to go for the ultimate. The Kennen ultimate comes down, doing what he can to try to keep him locked down. Fuzzy's going to jump on him, and he's going to find the kill there.
That's good. You want that now. So Fuzzies is going to be that win condition you need now at this point in the top lane, because he already has a CS lead, and now with a kill lead, it could be very good for the side of Atlas.
Yeah, say, because if you want to go by definitions, Fuzzies could definitely still become a carry that has AD. So he'll become the DPS AD carry of this team. He has the Sejuani front line. He has the Bard control. And you have the Zillion ultimate to give you a second life. And you're going to see the root up here. Kiwi goes for the culling and not able to take out Yeye as he's locked up there from being able to move towards him. I think he wanted to cancel that ultimate after that, but
yeah,
worked out.
Maybe a little bit of a not miscommunication, but a misplay there on the side of Majestic Kiwi. Because as it is, Yeye just won a trade against an ADC. Hard. Extended trade.
Ugh, misfortune damage from downtown.
Yeah, just effectively zoning off the XP range. Not even in XP range. Not getting anything.
Missing out that Mantra Q is going to be pretty important, but Cheesecake now sitting on the components for. Oh no! The ultimate comes through. Kiwi's able to dash out in time.
Kiwi needs to be careful.
Yeah, let's say Cheesecake has flash available. Goes to the flash, auto double tap, takes him out.
A little bit of a cheeky emote flash, but yeah, not respecting the flash there from the misfortune. Could be first tower going down here.
Yeah, Cheesecake will most likely get this off the W passive. Finds some more damage off another double up on top of Destiny, but Smell Pigs down here too, but they're really looking to probably put a lot more of this gold into Cheesecake's pockets here.
Yeah, and just keep watching this top lane, because right now that is the pinnacle of hope on the side of RD. Good double stun there, or good double bomb there.
Dodging out the Cinder Stun as well.
Well played. On the side of Chibitere.
Kiwi!
Oh, Kiwi.
Has to get out of there. Syndra dodges up the Sejuani ultimate. Katie is still getting locked up. Flashes to the side. Pushes away. The Zillion ultimate comes through. Nice presence of mind from Katie. Able to get by. He's going to flash away, but there's Virtual Trap. Comes in off the ultimate. Finds the kill on the Telemanu. Destiny's here. Finds the stun. Finds the ignite. The stopwatch is going to come through a Virtual Trap. I think he's going to go down, though. Yeah, he is. Pigs here. Just follows Destiny through the tunnel. There's no love here, and Destiny's going to get tapped up by Cheesecake. Chibiterisu. Yeye might find the solo killer. Off another auto. Is he going to find the kill? Getting it turned around on Yeye, biting off a bit more than he can chew there. The kill going to go to Chibiterisu.
That was chaotic, but good job pretty much all around by the RDE. KTA almost surviving. Just wasn't quite able to do that. And then Yeye doing a lot of good zoning, but oop.
The calling it. Come down and smell Pig. Fuzzy's looking for it. He's going to slide over the wall. Not able to quite follow.
Yeah, that was a good flash. He would have probably died had he not. As it is, we almost got a 50 or a 40 CS lead in this top lane.
Yeah, I would say Fuzzy's definitely trying to be the pillar of consistency here as we see the 2K gold deficit for the side of Atlas Esports. And really, and I talked about it, the Lucian pick is really, you're hard gambling a lot on being able to be the, constantly being able to be the one that does more damage now. But looking at the 4-1 Misfortune, who's sitting on the Dustblade and sitting into the half the component for Ghostblade, it's really not a fight he's going to win here.
No, but if anything's going to shut down a Misfortune in a Syndra, it's going to be a Riven. So hopefully with the Zillion ultimate, we can see some engages going the side of Atlas. Otherwise, I think RDE is just going to take off with this game.
Yeah, this is really going to be huge pressure that needs to get put out from the side. But that's what we see. The Bard's going to find the lockup on the Yeye. The Bard ultimate is going to come through to knock down Misfortune. Actually, I believe gets canceled out of the ultimate. No, the bullet time's still available. Pa not able to find the kill on Yeye. Cheesecake's going to hunt him down now. Going to get the speed up from Misfortune. He has to get out of there. This might be rough if he finds a slow off the side. The Zillion's here to stymie them away.
Yeah, Pax missing.
Ooh, Fuzzy's is here though. He's gonna turn around, finds the Q, finds the combo, finds the Windblade to go through. He's gonna heal himself up, try to walk away from Fuzzy's. He turns it around, finds out it's like the bullet time's gonna get opened up. But I believe that the Zillion traps it meanwhile is in the bot lane, finds Telemanu. The Riven's gonna come back up off the Zillion ultimate. There is just action happening everywhere. That's gonna be a Zillion bomb. Can he shield himself up to survive it? Not enough. Double kill is gonna come through for Chibitarasu. Destiny's gonna get turned around on it. And we're gonna see Smell Pig finding a killer on this Aatrox. He's gonna turn around both these dudes. Kiwi doesn't have the damage. He's gonna flash away here. Fuzzy's though gonna try to turn around on Trap. He's gonna try to get away from Pig. Pig on this Aatrox. There's Virtual Trap's ultimate. Actually stuns up the Riven. I don't know if he's gonna be able to survive this though. Fuzzy's gonna find the kill here, but Pig's gonna turn around on Kiwi. Finds the kill onto Aatrox. Or I'm sorry, Aatrox is gonna find the kill onto them. Oh, there's too much happening. Pig's going to explode at the end of the day, and Chibitarasu is going to be the big winner here.
That's what we were talking about in this Champion Select. We were talking about, and even in the break, we were talking about just the insane fighting that's going to happen with these comps, and you're seeing it in action here. The Aatrox doing so much to just stay alive and disrupt the team fights. The Misfortune doing a ton of damage at the beginning, forcing that Zillion ult out. Have the Kennen ult too. It's just so many things that they're layering correctly, and it's just making these fights super extended, super bursty, and insane. I don't envy you right now. But as we get a small breath to just kind of breathe here, we're gonna probably see RDE look for this mid lane. They need to start cracking the map movements over, because he can have it. Wait, hang on. Cheesecake may be going down here. He's gonna go pretty low, and Fuzzy is going to actually take that kill. So really good job on the side of Atlas to pick something up, even when they're being down. But RDE is going to be in this top lane here, taking on this Rift Herald. Maybe looking to try to take this and to get this mid lane tower down, as I was talking about earlier. But Atlas has a 4-man squad here, and they're gonna definitely not give this away freely. So now we see the Rift Herald did go down, and it was picked up by the Aatrox, but as we're saying this, Yeye going pretty low in that mid lane, and Fuzzy still wanting that kill. He's going to get the proc off on that auto, and then he's going to get the ult off, and that's going to be a big karma. Good job by Fuzzies to get that kill. Destiny gets a pretty nice Q off there. Not going to follow up with anything, and oh, big damage on that double up. Cheesecake with the lethality, proving to do a ton of damage, but signs of life coming into this Atlas squad in the mid game, and RDE is going to need to continue this pressure up and get something with this Rift Herald if they want to continue that snowball that they had began earlier on. We're seeing a lot of vision coming out from RDE, and this has been consistent in a couple of their matches now. Really good deep vision, good warding, playing around the objective that they want, smothering that with wards. Atlas is clearing at the moment, but don't know if they're going to fight over this dragon or not. If they do, they need to be aware that Riven is really strong right now, and Pig needs to run. Does pop the ultimate, he's going to back away, does go back in onto Destiny. Destiny's going to get revived by the Zillion ult, going to look for his ult by himself. Going to be a really good stun in the backline, and Fuzzy's going super ham in the backline, going to pick up KTA, going to pick up Yeye maybe with a stun. Yes, going to pick up all of them in the backline, and meanwhile, on the other backline, that's actually the front line, Sejuani's running away from Virtual Trap, and Virtual Trap is not going to hit the Thundering Shuriken. That's going to mean Pax is going to survive, but Atlas still wants blood. They're still looking for kills here, and Pig is going to, nope, going to cancel the ultimate, or the back there. He's going to get stunned up by the Chibitarasu. Bomb's going to come out, a lot of damage. Pig is going to be trying to survive this, but they're in the middle of Atlas's base, and Fuzzies is here. It's not who you want this to go on. And Destiny is going to look for the kill on the Smell of Pig, but Pig is pretty big. Pig is big, but not going to be able to kill Destiny in time, and Destiny will survive. And Pax has started this dragon now. So Atlas, on the back of some really good Riven plays in the backline, is going to secure a dragon and also take the gold lead in this match. Just barely, though. So taking a small breath here as we saw a lot of engagement, a lot of fighting, and Fuzzy's, as I say this, is going to take another kill onto Virtual Trap in the spot lane, and Riven is getting out of control, that's exactly what you really want to see, though, is you want to see this Riven. You put a lot of pressure onto that top lane. Pax did on that Sejuani, and it's starting to pay off, as now Virtual Trap can't really go near Fuzzy's in this bot lane. Smell the Pig is going to be the next contender for this Riven and the shutdown, but Riven has so much mobility, I don't think it's gonna happen. However, we got to keep in mind that Pig does have that Rift Herald, so wherever he is, that's where you're going to be wanting to look at if you're Atlas Gaming, or Atlas Esports, sorry. Good ultimate by Pax is going to burst this Misfortune down, and that's exactly what you want to see. Destiny going to ult himself here. The Rift Herald does get dropped by Pig in this mid lane. Yeye does pick up Destiny there in the end, and the Zillion, Kinenol's going to come in, going to pick up the Pax. Nope, Zillion's going to keep him protected, but Rift Herald's putting a lot of pressure on this mid lane tower, and it's hard to figure out what you want to do, protect the tower or not. Ooh, Fuzzies gets a double kill with the Wind Slash there, and now Yeye maybe in the sights as it gets knocked up into a stun, but not enough damage quite yet to just one-shot that support. And so at the end of that, the Rift Herald doesn't even get a tower. Atlas Esports, sorry, is going to continue sieging up this mid lane tower, may get this tower, is going to get this tower, and then they're probably going to just want to look for a reset, spend some of this gold that they've gotten. Fuzzy is becoming a huge monster in this game 3, exactly when they need him to step up. Pax is going to get a good steal on the red buff, so denying that from Smell a Pig or Cheesecake is going to be very good to keep that Misfortune from doing those slows with that lethality build. And RDE is just not able to find these engages, not able to find that press R composition that they're wanting to do. KTA not able to get those Syndra Scatter the Weaks onto priority targets, and is actually having to be forced to use them to peel himself. So it looks like a siege going on here in this mid lane by Atlas. Fuzzy's kind of in the middle of 3 members. I don't know if he really wants to be there. He's strong, but not that strong, as he's now going 1v5. Doesn't pick up a kill, is going to not get knocked out. Kind of baits Kiwi in, who's going to get revived by the Zillion ult. Virtual Trap does go down at the end there to the Bard, but Bard is also going to just get kicked out by the Cheesecake here, and Lucian's going to finally pick up a kill on I Smell a Pig, and overall that's going to be a 2 for 2. I think Fuzzy's went a little bit too ham there. 1v5, you know, you're really strong, obviously, on this Riven, but there is enough CC and enough burst damage to stop you in your tracks if you happen to get CC'd. So needs to be a little bit more respectful of RDE and to make sure that he doesn't just go ham without that Sejuani backing him up, as he needs to understand that he is the carry now. So he needs to be very aware of that fact as we move into this late mid game. Atlas Esports looking to push in this mid lane. There is a nice ward on the side of RDE to ensure that they don't look for a cheeky bush camp. And Pax is going to clear out a pink ward near his Raptors, but merry little chase going on this top lane as Destiny is just going to happily Magical Journey himself out of trouble, and he is extremely fast at this point with those Moby boots. The Troll Bard is engaged. So now we're going to have to look and see exactly what Atlas wants to do with this gold lead that they have, with the pressure that they have. And I definitely think they need to clear out this dragon, or this Baron pit, sorry, pardon me. Out of... Destiny is just kind of clearing his wards now by himself, and Fuzzy's going to barely miss Virtual Drop as he's backing.
Did I sit back down to?
Welcome back.
Woo!
Got a lot of engages happened, and Atlas Gaming, or Atlas Esports, I promise I'll get it right one time, is just looking to just dominate on the back of Fuzzies, who has gotten so many
seeing the stun
kills.
come back off Paladin. Pig's gonna get locked up here. He's looking for a way out. I don't think he's got a way to go. Bard Ultimate's gonna be flashes out of it. They're looking for Fuzzies is here. That is a must, but the cannon comes from the back. The cannon ultimate in the bullet time. That's a lot of damage coming through, but it's not gonna take down Riven here. Tries to get into the back of the team, takes down, but Chibiterius sends him a bomb. They're gonna take out Aatrox, but at the same time, Fuzzies is finally gonna go down.
Yeah, Fuzzies went pretty ham there, but just wasn't enough.
That's a nice flank from Virtual Trap.
Very good, and that's the finally they got the engage off that they wanted on RDE's side, but unfortunately Fuzzies didn't go ham enough with that Chibi-Terrasu ultimate on him.
Yeah, they're definitely looking a little weak for the wear, and handing over that Riven the third game of them may not have been the greatest boon for them, and Fuzzy's definitely showing his master and this champion and really running away with this game and showing that it's very difficult to stop him. They may have to even commit the Kennen ultimate to really get him away from this team.
Yeah, for sure.
It's going to be a factor in itself because he has the Quicksilver Sash built now.
Yeah, Quicksilver Sash is going to help him a lot. He just needs to make sure that he doesn't go too hard without his front line and that awesome little revive that Chibi-Terrasu does send him.
Right. It sort of gives you the opportunity to be your own front line for a little bit.
Exactly. And I think there's a little bit of a miscommunication perhaps in Atlas comms, as it seemed like they wanted to leave, but then Fuzzies wanted to go in, so then she ulted him, and then he started backing off, so they need to make sure that they're on the same page here as they move into the late game now. Warding is getting cleared out. And I want to highlight that Chibi-Terrasu is really strong right now.
Yeah, I would say he is huge on this Zillion right now, and soon to finish in the Hourglass to make it harder for them to get the counter engage on him off the bat.
Yes, for sure. And the amount of poke damage that he's going to start bringing to this table is not going to be not to be underestimated. If I can speak English at one point, Destiny's going to get caught out.
Destiny's got to get away from this. Chibi-Terrasu is going to be up there. Father Zillion.
Yeah, just magical journeys himself away. Just Bard things. Oh, they maybe look engage here.
I'm looking for a little bit more of this fire. Trap's gonna go for the Hourglass. He's gonna get shot up. Fuzzies is there. He disappears. Doesn't even get to activate ultimate in this fight, and this is gonna be a rough one for RDE. They don't have the cannon. Fuzzy's gonna go over the wall. Yeah, he disappears next. The Bard ultimate comes down on KTA. I think he's next in line. Finds the Cinder ultimate. Fuzzies goes for the flash Q. He is putting on a show here. Has the Zillion ultimate. No one is able to take him out here. Revive has going down for Aatrox. Tries to die. Mistimes the Zillion ultimate, so he dies out. Pig's gonna get the shutdown gold and a nice check in his pocket. But at the same time, he's gonna go down, and that is gonna be the ace for Atlas Esports.
1 for 5, and just what a performance being put on by Fuzzies and this top lane Riven pick. Went a little ham again, but this time he had his team backing him up, had the Chibi-Terrasu ultimate on top of him, and he was like, okay, Aatrox, well, I can also revive, and he showed him that he is very, very dangerous on this Riven pick. And that is going to be the inhibitor going down, and I don't think RDE is going to be able to get a disengage, or sorry, a re-engage off on that.
Yeah, they're really looking to, work off the back of this, and after we saw, that was an engage off of a trap, and killing off the Kennen before he's even able to get the ultimate, into the team of Atlas was just that much worse off for RDE. And now with the double Cloud Drake, even that, that mobility added on top of the Riven is really just going to be, it's a lot of pressure that's going to get put onto this team. And the composition they've drafted, find the Cinder Stun, the Misfortune Ultimate, it's really crumbling here in the face of, the AD carry, really, of Fuzzies.
Yep, for sure. And it's just like I was talking about earlier, is that you put so much pressure in that top lane. Pax did a really good job of setting up Fuzzies to get a good game in, while RDE spent most of their time in the bot lane. And it's just showing that top lane carries greater than bot lane carry, maybe? Question mark.
Yeah.
As it is, they're going to start off this Baron, and I don't think RDE is even going to try and stop it.
I don't think they're going to be able to answer. Destiny is going to run interference here. Pig's going to go through the wall, but I think the rest of the team's ready to fight him here. He's going to find the ultimate, so he's going to have a revive there, but he's not going to go down. And they're going to have to shield and get out of there. They forced the reset of the Baron, though.
Well, it's just.
But I don't think they're too worried about it.
There's no way RDE can fight this Baron now with I Smell the Pig that low.
That bomb damage. Good lord. There's 5 wards in this Baron pit. Destiny and Yay in a bit of a fight here. That bard damage is... Oh, the ultimate comes in. No! Virtual Trap locked up for way too long. Isn't even able to activate the Hourglass. Fuzzy's going to go for the QSS. Tries to get the 2. Absolute monster on this Riven. And finds the Quadra kill. While Destiny finds the AA on the side. Gets a little bit of the support fight to... But and I believe that is the icing on the cake for
I don't think RDE is going to be able to survive this onslaught that's coming into their base now. And just, wow, the amount of just disruption that Fuzzy's brought to that team fight there at the end. Just getting that Quadra, just running people down left and right. And that's it. Atlas Gaming is going to 2-1 win the series against RDE.
Wow. That was calling that explosive would not be. That's what we wanted. We wanted an explosive game, and it turns out that the one exploding here was going to be Fuzzies. What a man!
Indeed.
I don't want to hit advanced details and check this damage out the champions. I really don't. It's gonna give me a number, and I'm gonna look at it, and you know what? Not that crazy. I mean, he did about 27,000 damage to champions, and the next highest in the game was actually Misfortune, about 17k. So a little bit ahead of the pack. Definitely took it there, ran pretty hard with it. I liked what I saw. That was definitely successful. So we are going to, I believe, get ourselves into another game right after this, but we are going to make sure we pick our MVP for this game. Or for the series, rather. And I don't know. I'm pretty sure a really easy one is staring out at us right now. But we can't take away from what the Majestic Kiwi did for a lot of Game 1 and a large majority of Game 2. While Fuzzies was definitely there on the Riven in Game 2, a lot of that was on the back of Kiwi. So...
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go with Kiwi, too. I mean, honorable mention to...
absolutely. I would say with... Destiny definitely had a huge presence there for most of the game, and definitely facilitated a lot on the Alistair pick to set his team up, especially in Game 2. But if we're looking all around, I'm going to give the MVP of this set to Kiwi.
Same. I'm going to be the same with you there.
And with that, I believe we will be moving to our next game. We've got Full Send Gaming and Reign of Kings. And thanks for joining us for this one, but stay tuned because we'll be right over on that one.